Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tammy and I own a small bath and body business called Walnut Creek Bath Boutique. Alright, today's video is all about my face. My skin is so dry and I have been out of my hyaluronic acid facial cream for at least a month. I've been completely out and I have not been able to make it for one reason. I was out of one of my ingredients that I needed to make it with. I got that in this week and I am just so ready to get this restocked because my skin is dying for it. And I have a customer that she's been waiting for me to get this in stock as well. This recipe originally came from Marie at Hummblee And Me. I'll find that blog post and I'll link that down below so you can see her make it as well. She makes it in a much smaller batch and I've tweaked the recipe a little bit here and there so it's not exactly the same, but if you're interested in trying this for yourself, I would definitely recommend you go check her out and look at that blog post or read or watch that YouTube video. What I did when I came home today is I came down here and I sprayed all of my counters, all of my utensils. I've got my jars on the back counter. I've sprayed the jars and the lids with 70% rubbing alcohol. And I let it air dry. Everything was clean, so I just let it air dry. And it's really important to use that 70% alcohol because you want enough water in the mixture to keep the alcohol from evaporating too quickly. So if you used a 99% alcohol, you would think, oh, that's more alcohol, it's going to be do a better job. But actually that alcohol evaporates before it can do the work. So you want a 70% solution so that that water keeps the alcohol from evaporating. Like a 50% solution has not enough alcohol to do the job. I think that 70 is the sweet spot, enough alcohol to sanitize, enough water to keep it on the surface long enough to sanitize. I am going to, since I have everything kind of cleaned off on the back counter, I'm just going to quickly go through the ingredients, and I even made myself some notes so that I would be clear on what my ingredients are and why I use them. First things first, I'm going to get some water. It's a heated water face, so it is a lotion basically for your skin. So I have a heated water face and a heated oil face. So we're going to get the heated water face first, and then the first thing I'm going to do is just put my distilled water in my little pot. Okay, so I misspoke when I said distilled water because it actually doesn't have any distilled water. It's aloe vera juice. And next I have hyaluronic acid, and I learned about this from Marie because I learned so much from her as far as formulating and ingredients and everything like that. So I learned about hyaluronic acid from Marie at Hummblee And Me, and I created my own solution here. It's a 1% low weight solution. So hyaluronic acid is a humectant, so it draws moisture from the air to your skin, but it also it occurs naturally in your body, but as we age, that kind of goes down. So I'm kind of reading my notes so I can tell you guys. It provides protection to cell structures. It's a natural gel between the skin cells that serves as a water reservoir for cells. So, and I got a lot of this from Lotion Crafter, so I could like really tell you guys. So it's a water reservoir. It absorbs, like, what is it, 100 times its weight in water is what it can absorb. It's ridiculous. So as we age, our skin loses the hyaluronic acid. That reservoir deplenishes. So this is really good to replenish that. Hyaluronic acid is next. I'll be right back. Okay, so next thing I put in there was some chamomile and lavender hydrosol. And I usually get these from Lotion Crafter or New Directions. But hydrosols, this is doing a couple different things. These are really good essential oils for your skin. But your face is so sensitive, I don't like to put a lot of essential oils on them. And I don't put any scent essential oils in this formula at all. So this imparts some really nice smell to the formula without adding essential oils that could be a little too harsh for the area we're applying it on. But we're getting some of the benefits of an essential oil by using the hydrosols. So I think it's a win-win. So D-panthenol is next, and it's a vitamin B. So vitamin B this promotes the stimulation of, all right, epithelialization, granulation, mitigation of itching, and has anti-inflammatory effect. Thank you, Lotion Crafter, for giving me all this information. So it really does help with the regeneration of skin growth, and it does improve the appearance of your skin. So vitamin B5, if you've heard of those BB creams and different things like that, it's basically vitamin B5 is one of the B's, I think. So next, guys, I went ahead and added my sodium lactate. That is actually a humectant. And I added my propanediol 1,3, which is a skin conditioner. It's, hang on. Yeah. I was going to say it's a humectant, and I started second guessing myself. It is a humectant, but it also acts as a skin conditioner. So we have lots of humectants going on here, don't we? We have the hyaluronic acid and the propanediol and the sodium lactate. Lots and lots of humectants, because this is probably more for that dry or aging skin, but even a youthful complexion this would be good for them, because it's still just replenishing your skin, especially in this really dry heat right now in the dead of winter. Okay, so that's it for the heated water phase. I'm going to go ahead. I have this little pot. Try not to break it or drop it. I'm prone to dropping, right? So I have that little pot. I went ahead and started it on the back stove there. And I'm going to just let that heat, and I'm going to let that heat for a little while and hold it there. And then while that's heating, I'm going to go ahead and get my heated oil phase. So the first item in my heated oil phase is going to be my emulsifying wax. This is an emulsified product, and it does need emulsifying wax. So just a second. Okay, well, I just had to clean up a mess. I had to open up a bottle of evening primrose oil, and yeah, spilt it on the countertop. I'm just hopeless. So I added evening primrose oil and argan oil to my pot on the back, and those are just luxury oils for your face. Definitely evening primrose oil. Let me show you. This is my bottle of evening primrose. I don't buy more than 8 ounces at a time. It's a very higher end oil that you want to use. You wouldn't want to use this in soap. I wouldn't want to use this in soap. Holy cow. I wouldn't want to use it in a wash-off product. I would want to keep something like that, those really luxury oils, in something that's going to like really matter. So evening primrose is wonderful. Argan oil's really good too for your skin and your hair. So it's got both of those in there. And then I think what's next? Oh, let me get my list out. Let me see what's next. Dimethicone. So this is a conditioning agent, and it also reduces tackiness or the urea we're going to put in there. It can cause that like soapiness on your skin. Urea is great. We're going to use it. Dimethicone's a silk, and it reduces the tackiness, and it also reduces the soapiness of the urea. So we are going to add 12 grams of that. Okay guys, so last in our heated oil phase, we'll go the acetyl alcohol. So acetyl alcohol is an emollient. So that end feel that is so luxurious comes from emollients a lot of the times. So this is an emollient. It also stabilizes emulsions. So it's good for keeping our emulsion stable and keeping it from breaking apart. This is a good thing to add to help prevent any problems with the emulsion. So acetyl alcohol. Everything is now heating on the back counter. I'm just going to leave it alone, let that water heat up. Probably get that water up to about 170, or the water phase, I should say. Get it up to about 170 or so and let it hang out there for just a little while. Get the oils heated. Keep a really close eye on them so they don't overheat. I'm not too worried about them getting all the way up to 170 and holding like that. I really like to do that with my water phase. So I'll just bring you back when there's something more to see. Well, they are heated through, and now it's time to combine the two. I normally would put my water into my oil, but I don't think my stick blender will work in the big pan. So I'm putting my oil in my water. Now this doesn't mean that this is a water and oil or oil and water formulation. And honestly, I have a hard time wrapping my brain around the difference. But it doesn't have anything to do with whether you pour your water into your oils or your oils into your water. It doesn't have anything to do with that. But I have a hard time understanding the difference, so I'm not going to try to explain them. We just usually put the water in the oil just so you don't have to scrape. I'm scraping every little bit of this. And water is a lot easier to do that with. It's time to start blending with the immersion blender. I have it over here. I did sanitize that as well. And make sure I'm not doing the turbo here. I made that mistake once. I'm going to turn this down to low. And just, it's pretty hot, so it's gonna splatter. So I'm just going to pulse it. Handles. I got this from my in-laws when they moved out of their house, and it feels special to me. So I think of my father-in-law when I use this, but I need to fix it or take this off maybe. While I'm waiting for this to cool off and get cool enough for me to be able to really blend it, I am going to, hang on. Oh my gosh, no wonder you were all washed out. I had something all messed up, so I'm going to have to see if any of this video is worth looking at, but it's not near as washed out as it was a minute ago. Gosh darn it. You know, the thing is with this camera, my fingers touch the viewfinder, and all of the settings are on the viewfinder. So I'm always touching the dang settings without meaning to. All right, cool down phase. Let's see. We're going to put some allantoin in there because it's awesome. It stimulates healthy, normal tissue formation, and it doesn't take much. It's also very anti-irritating. So if anytime you're wanting to do like a soothing formula, usually for face, anything soothing that you need, allantoin's a good one for it. All right, and then I'm also going to add some urea. I don't have my notes for urea, but this stuff is amazing. But I may try to put some words down at the bottom of the screen exactly what this is for, because I can't remember off the top of my head, and I don't have my notes. Okay, so in this one, I'm going to put my liquid cool down ingredients. So that is going to be my liquid Germol Plus, and lastly, my calendula extract. So those are ready. And let's bring this back over. I'm always wanting to hit turbo on this thing. Alright guys, I'm just going to blend this until it's cool enough to add these cool down ingredients. I usually like to get it to about 100, 110. It's still at 157. So I'm going to randomly come back in here and blend it for a while and yeah, just let it cool down on its own. All right. So what I am going to do now, which I don't know that I've ever done, guys, is I am going to check the pH of this. I'm very interested in my products on my face being a low pH. So I am going to get my 10% solution made up. Okay, so I have my reader here. And again, this is another thing that I learned from Marie at Hummblee And Me, is how to do this. So I'm just rinsing this off in some distilled water. And I have a 10% solution of my cream here. So 1 gram of my cream and 10 or 9 grams of distilled water. And so this can take up to like 1 or 2 minutes for it to read the pH. I did have a subscriber ask me about why I would dilute it, and this little sensor here is hypersensitive and you can't rub it, you can't clean this, you can only rinse it. So anytime you have a thicker product, you need to do a 10% solution. Like if it was micellar water, it would be fine. You could just rinse it off. But anything that has viscosity to it, a 10% distilled water solution is how you want to do it. And water, the distilled water, won't affect a pH by any measurable amount. So it's a good thing to use to dilute something and still get an accurate reading. All right, so this pH is reading about 6.6. And I'm glad I tested it because I really want the pH to be just a little bit lower than that. So I am going to add a couple drops of citric acid solution to this and see if I can get that a little bit lower. Let's see if that 2 drops of citric acid solution did anything to this. Okay, I got a 5.91. 9. Oh, it's going down still. I'm getting the smiley face, but it's still going down a little bit. So yeah, 5.8959 is where it's at. So I'm going to call that good. I was hoping to get it closer to 5.5, but you know, starting off at what was it, 6.5 or so. I'm thinking that's pretty good. You kind of see that sensor. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. That sensor in there, you can't touch that, so you can't clean the sensor at all. And so you just really do have to make sure you're diluting anything and rinsing it instead of trying to wipe it. And I lose everything. Where's my solution? I have to store it in a solution. There it is, right in front of me. All right, and then just store it right in that solution. I don't know what that solution does, but all right. I'm trying to remember how full I get these usually. I have a mess. I'm going to clean up. Hang on. I have two with a little extra. One is for me and one is for Diane. Diane is my friend, and she is the employee of the year every year at Walnut Creek Bath Boutique. One and only. She's not really an employee, but we call her that. And yeah, she gets some perks because she supports me and she sells for me. She's like the employee of the year and the salesperson of the year, and she usually gets a pedicure and a gift certificate, or I mean a certificate. And I failed to give her her certificate this year for employee of the year, so she's getting an extra dose of hyaluronic acid face cream to make up for that. So anyway, I'm going to get these. I'm just going to let them sit here and cool off and come to complete room temperature before I cap them. Do that probably tomorrow. This is going upstairs with me tonight for my face tonight. My face is so happy that I have this cream done. Going a month without this was way too much for my face. So here's mine. This is how I package it. I have these like little, I think they're 2" by 2" square cube boxes. And I have it in a little tissue. My hummingbird sticker is too big. I need to either fight my silhouette and see if I can get it to work, which usually I can't, or I think I need to buy like 1.5" circle labels for my hummingbird. So I've been using it for a while. I don't know if you can see, this thing was full. I was scraping the bowl, giving myself the cream. I love it. Absolutely love this cream. I've started actually putting this on my lips, which I never did before. There's nothing in here that can't go on your lips, and I just feel like this weather right now is so horrendously dry that my skin is really being affected. More so this year than before. So I don't know. We've gotten like 0 snow here in Indiana. I think we've had our first little sprinkling or dusting of snow, but that's all we've had this year so far, and this is the end of January almost. But I've been putting it on my hands after I'm done with my neck and my face and my lips and my eyes and my hands. And I'm just so happy that I finally have that. My face was getting to the point where it was just almost, my skin was just almost like irritated. It was getting so dry. And I had run out and I didn't have any time to make any more. Between this and the serum that I've made, my face is finally feeling back to normal, back to being soft and not irritated, and it just needs it just needs hydration so much. So guys, I hope you liked the video. If you did, would you give me a thumbs up and comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, okay? And then thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And I hope to see you in the next video, guys. Bye.